Hi guys, so today I'm talking politics. It's not something I typically do, it's not my thing, but we have a mayor. I live in Baltimore, and the mayor of Baltimore, Mayor Pugh, is like under fire. We have criminal charges being brought against her, for selling books, healthy, books about health. I think the book's called Healthy Holly. Now, I don't know all the legal stuff, if it's illegal or not, you know. Um, but, I would like to point out that she can do no wrong by me. Only because um, she, I work with youths in a youth program, and she's given every youth that graduate high school free education. You go to community college for 2 years and get for free. You do what you're supposed to do. You could go on to four-year college and get the other 2 years and get a bachelor's degree for free. So to me, she can't do nothing wrong going forward. Because education is a component that a lot of our youth just don't have access to, because they can't really afford that. So I'm appreciative of that. And I wasn't always a fan of Mayor Pugh. When I first met her, she gave a speech, and well, I didn't really meet her, but I observed her. Gave a speech, promised some things, and then kind of like reneged quietly, and I had a big thing on that. But that's water under the bridge. I started to understand how some of the things work, where people schedule these mayors to make speeches and whatnot, and then deal with the aftermath type situation. So I can't really put everything on her. Now, one of the things where they say she made this deal with Kaiser Permanente to buy all these books, and then she gave them the contract to provide medical insurance to city employees. That had to be voted by a board, so it can't be all replaced on her. So the people that's trying to ruin whatever reputation she has, it's a highly political thing. And again, I don't know her personally, but I have met her a couple of times. Personally, I have hugged her once, at an event. And she's a really inviting person. She's not like a standoffish type person. And I feel as though that it's a disservice, because just on the fact that she gives kids a free ride for college education, and she's been doing some other things around, and she's the roads are being fixed all over the place, pipelines are being fixed. I'm not sure if she's really directly involved with that, but I'm seeing some things being done all the way around the city and stuff. And here she's educating young people about diet and exercise as a bad thing. I don't see that as a bad thing. I don't know why somebody would do something like that. But from what I understand, what's causing this is that we have the Preakness here in Baltimore City. It's been the staple forever. You got a Kentucky Derby, you got a Preakness, and there's one other event somewhere else, and that gets you the Triple Crown. And apparently the governor, that bastard Hogan, still have the rain tax in place, even though he promised that he was going to remove the rain tax. It hasn't been removed, so anybody that owns property anywhere in the state has to pay a rain tax. When rainfall, you pay a tax, because the water runs off your property into the gutters and down to the Chesapeake Bay. So everybody pays a rain tax. He's wanting to move the Preakness to a different location from what I understand, and that's a historic. The Preakness has always been a Pimlico, and that's a historic site for the Preakness. You know, a lot of millions of dollars come into Baltimore City because of that, and it seems like Mayor Pugh is fighting that, and because I guess Governor Hogan comes from a business background. He had a lot of powerful business and rich business people backing him. You know, it's easy to move what good revenue for the city elsewhere. To try and take that away, and the person standing between them and that money and that Preakness was Mayor Pugh. So that's what I've been told. That kind of like is what's behind it. They're trying to, it's all about money, and here they're trying to chastise this woman over some books she sold, some health books, you know. So, and none of these companies gonna say they bought these books to get no deal with the city, because that's illegal. They're gonna get fined out the wazoo too. So everybody's saying, yeah, they bought these books, but it has nothing to do with any contracts they had to do with the city. They're in healthcare. They're passing it, distributing it to schools. So that's my take on that. But right now, Jack Young is he was the president, the city council president. He's now the acting mayor. He's a really good guy. So it's not like the city's gonna fall apart while Mayor Pugh is taking a leave of absence. Let's hope he can continue and fight the city, the governor, on keeping the Preakness where it is, because even though I hate the area needs to be rebuilt, and I really hate driving through there during Preakness, I understand it's a good revenue source for the city, and to have it be removed from the city would put us at a deficit. And it's an historic location. It's been there forever. So I don't see how they'll be able to really move it, but people are trying, and they'll slander anybody in the process to move it, because when you have millions of dollars involved, that's what people do. They try to shame and chastise people into quitting and resigning and giving up so they can do whatever they want. Or they could get a puppet in there so they can get whatever they want. But Jack Young is a really good guy. He's been supporting the program, the youth program I've been involved with for a long time. And, even though we haven't really been able to do a whole lot, when he was the city council for my district, before he became council president, whenever I would call him on any issues dealing with the community, he would respond right away. And, so he was never too busy to give me a call. And that's my personal experience with him. And many times I've asked him, why doesn't he run for mayor? Because he's a really good councilman. He's given me some answers here and there. But now that he is mayor, acting mayor, and say, Mayor Pugh does step down, is forced to resign, I hope he will continue promoting the youth, like the free college tuition for the youths. I hope he doesn't try to change that, because that's a major, major benefit. It'll allow us to change the mindset of these kids and make them successful adults. And it help youth programs like I'm involved with transition them out of those programs and from teenagers out of high school into college. And don't have to worry about the finance involved with something like that. So I really hope acting Mayor Young continues some of the legacy that Mayor Pugh have in place. I'm sure he has ideas of his own. I would look forward to seeing what those would be. I'm glad he has an opportunity to be mayor, and I really believe that he will also do a good job. Only because of his longevity in politics and in that position, in the position of city council and city council president, and now as mayor. So now is his opportunity to shine. I hope he doesn't let me down, because he never let me down as city council. And I hope Mayor Pugh gets better soon, and is able to stand her ground and fight this stuff. If some of this stuff is illegal, obviously she'll have to own up to that. If a lot of this stuff is more about ethics, um, I don't see a problem with her selling books, making some money that has nothing to do with politics, um, on the side while doing her political work. Um, and it's on something that I hold near and dear to my heart, which has to do with teaching, educating our youths on health and diet and exercise. It's something that she's doing. She's an avid runner. I cannot hold that against her. Now, if there's some legal things, if she like stole money from the city, the city money to advertise a book, so if she took money from the city to publish a book, whatever she took from the city, then yeah, that's wrong. But if she has her own money and she used her title as mayor, I mean, she has some prestige as mayor and as a former senator, you know, why not use what you've worked so hard? You have a name recognition to make some money. That has Obama sold his books. Nobody pressed charges against him for selling his books. Yeah, he may not have made a deal with any university or anything like that, but she sold her books. She made her deal, or if they approached her, great. If she approached her, if she approached them, she might be bordering some legal stuff. But again, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know nothing about law in that regard. I can just look at it from an ethical perspective. She was mayor. She was a senator. She wrote books about helping, teaching kids about diet and exercise. She got some sales and made close to $1 million from what I understand, like 700,000. I'm not gonna hold that against her, as long as she didn't steal from the city, And a lot of the people that bought her books, they say it had nothing to do with contracts and none of that the city gave them. So, we'll see how this falls out. I know this is a little bit longer video. I usually try to stay under 10 minutes, but I feel it's important to emphasize some of the good that this woman has done, and hopefully the new people that's there now taking over, running around like so their head get cut off, that they keep some of the stuff that she has in place, that she put in place, keep those in place. Fight the governor on keeping Preakness here in Baltimore, because we need that money, because all this road work y'all doing right now, it's eventually going to pay off. All this build, the infrastructure needs to be redone. This is a major, we need that money. You can't make money from ticketing people all the time for speed. It is down all these useless speed cameras posted all over the place that has nothing to do with schools. It's just there. Lying bastards keeping that stuff, talking about it's in the school zone. Fuck y'all. But with that being said, I'm sorry, because I drove by one today. I drive by every day, and it flashed, but I was going the speed limit, so who knows. There are some speed cameras that's where they're supposed to be, right next to the school, and most of them are just scattered all over within neighborhoods and stuff, on way like 3, 4, 5 blocks away from the school, nowhere near school. I'm talking about it's in a school zone. So like this video, subscribe, pass it around. Y'all have a good day.